Hello, I'm Jason, and welcome to my anime review for Sound Euphonium. And soon, Season 2 is coming up. By the time you see this video, Season 2 is probably already premiered. And so very excited for Season 2 of Sound Euphonium. And so really glad to see what's going to come up. I've seen a couple PVs so far, and they've looked pretty good, interestingly so far. And so hopefully they keep the core of the series, which is the characters. That's basically what Kyoto Animation does really well. They really formulate characters that you really want to follow, you really want to get behind. The story is really lacking in most Kyoto Animation works. The characters are involved in this world where there's a school band, and the main character, Omae Kumiko, is the main character who sort of is struggling with her relationships in the past and the future as well, the ones she has to worry about in the future, and other characters have their own melodramas as well. And so some of them hit and some of them miss as well. So I'll look at those relationships that is explored in this anime. As for the story, the basic sense of a story for this anime in terms of a plot line, if you will, is that Omae Kumiko, she sort of finds her way back into the music scene where after an incident in middle school where she made one of her classmates, Reina, cry because she didn't really take it as seriously, the music club, and that's when she moves off to a different high school to sort of get a fresh start, if you will. And even her first reactions towards the school band was very negative. She thought they sucked, really just said that under her breath, and that's when she makes a friend right away. Her person over here starts saying that they suck, and they coincidentally are sitting next to each other in class, and they also meet another friend as well, and those two characters do want to join the class band. And that's when Kumiko finds her way back onto the school band, and there are other things going on there, past friends from her childhood, new senpais that she has to get along with. They're all struggling. Each character is struggling with their past, some sort of romance or other types of relationships between kohai senpai relationships, and a lot of things are being looked at here. I think the core issue, I would say, is the motivations the characters have, because the instructor does give a sort of reprimandum for the class band, the school band, whether they want to go nationals, whether they want to work really hard, or just have fun, sort of just lay back and just hang out with each other. Obviously, everyone wants us to do the latter, but no one wants to seem like they are not motivated for the school band. So their goal is for nationals, and that is basically the journey that we go on with our characters, whether they can make it to nationals or not, and the grueling hard work each character goes through in order to become the best out of their section of the school band. And so with the main character in Omae Kumiko, Kumiko is a very interesting main character because she isn't really a typical sort of protagonist. She isn't very spunky or just like a shoujo type of character. She is her own character. She likes to say things that are on her mind, and she doesn't really sort of sugarcoat things as well. She obviously wants to tell off Kosaka Reina, the girl that she made cry in middle school, but at the same time she wants to apologize to her when she finally meets her in high school. She's sort of shy about all that when she realizes that Reina doesn't really care about that. She's sort of moving on with her life, but Kumiko is sort of struggling with all of these things. She wants to apologize, but why should she apologize? She was speaking her mind, and she thought that she was in the right. And so very interesting sort of psychology, and a very interesting protagonist that we have Kumiko, and really in terms of a relationship with Reina. Speaking of relationships, obviously that's a huge ship for most of the fan base in this anime between Kumiko and Reina. That was all encapsulated in episode 8, probably arguably my favorite episode of the entire series because of the way it's animated. If you're talking about Sakuga, but still the animation of all that there in episode 8 was flawless. It was perfect. It was really everything that Kyoto Animation is all about, and what really makes them great. Episode 8 right there, that whole entire scene between Reina and Kumiko was was perfect and really was making me excited about season 2 and the possibilities of what's going to happen in terms of animation wise and also in terms of our characters as well. And there are a ton of other character relationships. I think one of the misses, I would say, in terms of character relationships is this huge, I guess, love pentagon or whatever, this huge love, you have to put pins on every character and who likes who and who's dealing with what. We have one character in Kato Hazuki, the first character that Kumiko meets in high school, the one that sort of got her motivated for a school band, arguably, and she is, in love or just has a crush on one of Kumiko's old middle school classmates, and he is in love with her, and so lots of crazy things going on. Shuichi is also Kumiko's childhood friend as well, so you have that sort of dichotomy there, a total childhood friend sort of thing, and so Hazuki is in love with Shuichi, but Kumiko is sort of just going at her own pace. She doesn't really know anything. If anything, you have Reina, also some sort of weird sort of obsession over the instructor and Taki Noboru, and they have a weird thing going on as well. And there's sort of conspiracy within the series of where Reina was sort of getting special treatment from Taki, but lots of crazy things are going on. You have some mini drama between senpai kohai relationships with Kaori, Yuko, your sort of Kaori's biggest fan, if you will, and so Reina was taking over her place because she is more talented than Kaori, but obviously, the seniors always get these more special treatments, if you will, over the juniors, and that was a different case in terms of Taki because their goal is to go to nationals, and Reina is more suited for that placement to become a solo, for that solo part in their piece. And then you have a thing going on between the president and the vice president, between Haruka and Asuka. Asuka probably, fan favorite character as well. She is the more spunky character. She is getting to everyone's deal. She sort of inspired all the memes, if you will, all the shenanigans and all the innuendo things going on in this anime, because there's a lot of innuendo in this anime here. But again, the character relationships, you do care about all these characters. Some of them on lesser notes, like Shuichi and Hazuki, didn't really care for that too much. And some of the things with Asuka and Haruka, some of those things I kind of got and was kind of invested in, but I was mostly invested in the protagonists and Kumiko and Reina, mostly their relationships I was more invested in terms of the relationships that were presented in season 1. For ranking this anime series, a 4.5 out of 5, really fantastic series. I was really surprised at how much I liked this series, considering I'm not really a musical person myself, not really into classical music there, but still the characters were really what invests you into this series. You really care about how these characters perform in their pieces, and also the antics, the comedy really hits. Nice comedic timing between the voice actors and actresses, and some other hits for the relationships were really good. I think there were a lot more hits than misses. Some of the misses are just more the melodrama things going on between love pentagons, hexagons, whatever you want to call it there, but still lots of romances that kind of hits, and mostly for protagonists. For supporting characters, you don't really care about too much, at least I didn't anyway. It's a really strong anime here if you want to check it out. And so, have you already seen Sound Euphonium? Are you excited for season 2? Put all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to rate this video and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Thank you for watching my anime review for Sound Euphonium. Hope you have a nice day. Bye bye.